Jacob had tricked Isaac into giving him the blessing intended for Esau. Esau was upset at losing his blessing and became very angry with his brother, so much so that he wanted to kill him. Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother, told Jacob to flee to Haran, Abraham's old home, and stay there until Esau had calmed down. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan, and give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which God gave unto Abraham. Before Jacob left, Isaac called him and blessed him, this time with the intention of blessing Jacob, not Esau. He passed on the promise God had made to Abraham. The land of Israel would now go to Jacob's children. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it, and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. As Jacob traveled, he had to stop and rest. He slept and dreamed of this ladder where he saw angels climbing up and down, and at the top of that ladder was God himself. And Isaac had blessed Jacob, but now God had blessed Jacob with the same blessing he had given to Abraham. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, so that I come again to my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God. Jacob woke up, and he recognized that God had visited him in the dream, and he responded by making a promise of his own to serve God. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowedest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. Many years later, Jacob had married. He earned a good amount of cattle, and it had been a long time since he saw his brother Esau. Despite the land belonging to Jacob now, both with Isaac's blessing and, more importantly, God's, Jacob didn't rush. He waited on God's call to return. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks and herds and the camels into 2 bands, and said, If Esau come to the one company and smite it, then the other company which is left shall escape. Then he prayed, Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother of the children. Jacob obeyed God. He did not hesitate. He took his wife and his children, and he went back to the land of Canaan. But he also was afraid. He was afraid Esau would still be angry with him. So he had his family and servants and cattle divided into 2 groups, so that if Esau attacked one group, the other would still escape. But he didn't depend on his own wisdom alone. He also came to God. He laid his request to God. He admitted he was afraid, that he needed God's protection and help. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men, and he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the 2 handmaids. As Jacob returned to his old home, to the home he had with Esau and Isaac, he saw Esau coming at him with 400 men. This would be an odd thing to bring 400 men to a reunion. Jacob probably feared that Esau was coming to kill him and his family, but he continued anyway, obeying God. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. Before they had come to meet Esau, Jacob had sent gifts ahead of him for Esau to receive, and then he came not demanding the land that rightfully belonged to him, that God had given him. He didn't come to take the land by force, to fight Esau for it. He came to make things right with his brother. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Esau's response was not anger. Maybe he feared what Jacob would bring with him to the land. Maybe he brought 400 men to back him up in case Jacob came to fight. We don't really know. But Esau responded not with an attack, not in anger, but embracing his brother. He wanted their relationship to be made right. Because of their poor choices, rushing to get an immediate satisfaction, Jacob and Esau ruined their relationship. They divided their family. But with some humility, with some patience and obedience to God, they were able to restore their friendship, their relationship. And because of this obedience, Jacob would inherit the land. God had promised. The promise to Abraham was now given to Jacob. His children would become the nation of Israel. God even changed Jacob's name to Israel to signify the name that their country would be called. When we do things our own way, when God has given us clear instructions otherwise, we only lead to ruin. But when we follow God, when we are patient and obedient and following the way God has given us, then we find blessings.